Fursov. I'm research entomologist, beekeeper and teacher, and this is my channel about nature, about insects, about invertebrates, about different parasitic wasps, about different bees, different parasitoids, wasps, beetles, butterflies, grasshoppers, about entomology, science about insects. And today we continue our stream, just direct translation from the cage with strange, interesting insects. You can suppose, who are these? Any suggestions? Any surprising questions? Any unusual questions? You can suppose that these are ants, just winged ants, because sometimes ants can be winged. No, these are not ants. These are not ants, but these are Hymenopterans. Today we will be talking about parasitoids, about phytophagous insects, about seed-feeding insects, about parasites of another insects. Who are them? These are very special insects. They're very tiny, they're called phytophagous. They're living inside plants. They're crawling, they're jumping, they're searching for food, they're searching for their host plant, they're searching for another sex, for mating, and we have here a lot of them, because they just hatched recently from seeds inside fruits. Where did they develop? The larvae were developing inside seeds, so that's why they're seed-feeding insects. Seed-feeding CHALCID wasps. Seed-feeding, the larvae were feeding inside Rosa hip, very common plant everywhere around the world. So they were developing during the last season, during the last summer. And now in the springtime, in the late springtime, before flowering of plants of Rosa hip, these tiny insects just hatched from fruits of Rosa hip. Rosa hip belonging to the family Rosaceae, or rose. Sometimes you know about domesticated rose plants, but these are originally from native species of plants. All around the world, different species of these tiny phytophagous wasps are living inside the Rosa hip. So many of them because they hatched from seeds, and I separated them with a brush, with careful attention, from the jar with seeds, with fruits to be precise, how it looks like. You know, they were developing inside these tiny fruits of Rosa hip. Yes, very common. You can buy it in a pharmacy, you can find it in orchard, you can find it in a botanical garden, in your forest, on shrubs of Rosa hip. Sometimes on domesticated species, sometimes on the wild species, and you can see small holes inside some fruits. All fruits are dry, but they are not dead. Inside we have a lot of seeds. And what about holes? Holes! These are tiny exit holes from which these nice insects were hatching. They were developing inside these fruits, and their larvae were eating initially green and then just germinated seeds of Rosa hip. A lot of different species can be considered as seed-feeding insects. They belonging to beetles, moths, butterflies, different hymenopterans. Several orders can be considered as seed-feeding insects. So these are tiny CHALCID wasps of a family Megastigmidae, genus Megastigmus. They were developing inside seeds, and the whole genus is known as not parasitoids but phytophagous insects inside seeds of different conifers, pine trees, fir trees, sometimes Rosaceae as well. So they are phytophagous, they are living inside plants They are not attacking another insects, they are not dangerous. They are very peaceful. They have very special organ for oviposition. They lay eggs inside tiny seeds inside fruits with their ovipositor. You can observe very tiny stick on the top of the body. This tiny stick is special organ for oviposition. Oviposition inside fruits of Rosa hip or for another species, for instance, to fir tree seeds, to pine tree seeds, or some other species. It's really possible to find these species occasionally if you keep some fruits, some dry seeds in your cages, for instance, in a kitchen. If you're making some herbal teas, for instance, herbal tea is very popular with Rosa hip, or with some other fruits as well. So that's why sometimes from fruits some insects are coming in. They are not dangerous if you can eat them, okay, nothing happening. But this is their natural environment inside seeds. They are happy to be hatched, emerging from seeds, flying to the light, to continue their progeny, to make a new generation of life, new seed-feeding insects inside another seeds. And now it's the time of flowering plants of Rosa hip. And after germination, some seeds appear on some branches, but some seeds can be infested. Some seeds of Rosa hip or some other species of plants can be infested with very interesting phytophagous insects. These tiny phytophagous insects, they have special long ovipositor for oviposition to lay eggs inside seeds, inside fruits. Because fruits are quite big, they're hard, and it's quite difficult to lay eggs inside seeds and inside fruits. That's why this is a special evolutionary adaptation to lay eggs under the surface of Rosa hip, under the surface of some seeds on fir trees, pine tree seeds, which is very hard. So we can do it using ovipositor. And they also use their mouth parts, mandibles, to escape from plants, because they use these tiny mandibles, mouth parts, to make these exit holes. These are exit holes from fruits. Tiny white, not white, black spots on fruits. These are exit holes. These tiny insects were developing inside these fruits. So if you can go to this pharmacy, you can buy these fruits somewhere on a market, in a flea market, in a shop. You can keep these fruits inside plastic jars or glass jars for a certain period of time. In the springtime, you can receive very surprising inhabitants, which are living inside fruits. These are insects living inside fruits, to be precise, inside seeds of another plants. These are tiny phytophagous wasps developing inside seeds. They're called wasps because they're hymenopterans. They are relatives to wasps. They are relatives to bumblebees, ants, bees. They have the same structure as another insects in order Hymenoptera. Bees, honeybees are their relatives. I'm translating this video just directly from capital of Ukraine, translating from Kyiv, the Ukraine. You know, Ukraine are in difficult situation. Nevertheless, we have opportunity to work in our Institute of Zoology of National Academy of Sciences in Kyiv, despite many scientific organizations are suffering because of war. Nevertheless, we're trying to do the best to make science even in these strange conditions of war, because borderline is very long, and sometimes some strange airplanes, rockets, missiles are coming to Kyiv. And we already had some air alert alarm this morning despite weekend. We hope so to keep it up and do not give it up. We are making biological investigation in our Institute of Zoology of National Academy of Sciences because I'm entomologist, biologist, so I need to make study on taxonomy and on biology of insects. And this culture I'm keeping in my laboratory for taxonomical study. In the center of this video you can watch black insect. This is a male, big one in the center, male, so this is experiment to watch carefully which female he will detect for mating. Thank you for subscription, welcome to subscribe, welcome to become follower of channel, welcome to be a sponsor of channel as well. Following to our Patreon page, you can find a lot of interesting videos for subscribers and also for sponsors. Because I'm talking about biology of insects, about the morphology. I show different insects in laboratory. And a lot of lectures have been already uploaded on my channel about entomology. Not only about insects, about different invertebrates as well. But when you have interest in culture of insects, it's quite funny and interesting to show them, to share some experience, because they are small, they're practically invisible. They're flying like a very tiny plankton in water. They're flying like plankton in the air, because even if this insect has a size, this insect has size about 6 millimeters long of body and 6 millimeters ovipositor. Total size 10 millimeters. They're very slender, very fragile, and flying very quickly. So they're flying very quickly without any noise as a tiny flies and practically invisible. If they escape from my cages, I can find them only on a window because they're attracted to the light, sunshine light, or to my lamp, because I use electricity lamp to make better light for this screen. And with culture of insects, with image insects, it's possible to take away a video and also make some experiments with infestation of plants or with infestation of host insects if this is parasitic insect. Many CHALCID wasps are parasitoids. Many CHALCID wasps, relatives of these wasps, are not phytophagous but parasitic. For instance, a relative one is genus Monobank, belonging to the family Taurimidae. It's quite similar to this one, but they have a blue and shining green color. And they are parasitoids, Monobank, parasitoids of wild bees, wild solitary bees. I don't have a culture of bees today, or solitary bees. But many breeders who are breeding wild bees, not social, but wild bees, they have a problem with these parasitoids because tiny Monobank are very common, very aggressive and very massive parasitoid of culture, solitary bees. So it needs to avoid them, to attract them to the light, and to separate from the culture. I hope to show them because sometimes they are flying to my laboratory as well. Inside my laboratory through open window, genus Monobank. But I will talk about them on literature basis as well for people who are studying and who are breeding wild bees like Osmia bees, Osmia breeders. So they are very similar, but greenish, bluish, and shining, dark shining color. But these are very funny, very interesting to see how they are communicating. Today there are a lot of them, maybe too much for one jar. But this is a fun for to be shown on YouTube, on TikTok, because this is not natural situation, this is artificial situation when many insects inside one jar, because they looks like ants, but they are not communicating so mutually as ants, because they're solitary, each of them they're separate. These are mostly females, and females are should be searching for host plant, and males usually searching for their partners, for their females for mating. And some are dying despite we have here some food. We have here some food, we have here piece of cotton with water and honey. You keep culture of insects, it's very important to give them piece of cotton with liquid of honey, and obviously with water. Without feeding, without honey and water, insects are dying very quickly. But they are living not so long. They are living for this species maybe not more than 2 weeks, because period of oviposition should be very short, and females should lay not more than from 20 till 50 eggs inside fruits of Rosa heap for a very short period. After that, maybe fruits will be growing quickly, and despite their ovipositor, they will not be able to lay eggs under the surface of fruits, because ovipositor is important to lay eggs. Some small individuals without ovipositor are males. In center you can see yellowish color male. Some males are here black color, some males are yellow. This one is yellow with black abdomen. So they are very funny because of many of them here today in the culture. I am from Ukraine. I am from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. I am working in the Institute of Zoology of National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine in Kyiv. We have a very hard situation now in Kharkiv, the second city in Ukraine. Kyiv is in the center and capital of Ukraine. Kharkiv is on the east and now suffering because of this aggression of war, aggression of Russia against Ukraine. Kyiv is more or less well protected, so we have some anti-aircraft systems, so our military forces fighting for democracy in Ukraine, fighting for freedom against aggression. I see some Turkish people, probably will come into our stream. Okay, this is today's stream from a cage with insects, as I call Chalcidarium, not Formicarium, but Chalcidarium, because of family Megastigmidae inside superfamily Chalcidoidea. So these are CHALCID wasps, and this cage can be called as Chalcidarium. I can make larger magnification. Yeah, large magnification, you can watch how they look like, how funny these insects are. Thank you for watching. Welcome to channel, welcome to subscribe, welcome to become sponsor of my channel. Welcome to watch this video in recorded mode. Because this is translation, but it will be recorded and uploaded on my channel. And these are tiny phytophagous wasps, CHALCID wasps of a superfamily Chalcidoidea, order Hymenoptera. And they are phytophagous. They looks very funny, they looks like ants, and they looks like small bees, because they are Hymenopterans, same order as bees, bumblebees, and wasps, and some hornets as well, but they are very small, about 10 mm size total. Hello Dmitro, hello, thank you for coming, welcome to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Now I have idea to make some observations in nature, so now I'm finishing my stream and go to the wild place, to the park. Maybe I can record some insects in a natural environment. Thank you for watching. Press like, write your comments, and subscribe to my channel. And welcome to be sponsor of my channel. Bye bye. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine.